Good evening. I'm Ulrich, and this is the news for this day of July 16th, 1099. Our top story tonight. In Jerusalem yesterday, the Crusaders were victorious against the Fatimid Caliphate and have finally taken control of the city where Christ was crucified. CNN's own Maddock is live at the scene with a comprehensive report on the events that have unfolded there since June. Thank you, Ulrich. Since June 7th, the Crusaders have attempted to break through the walls of this city. Attempts were unsuccessful until last night, when a siege tower, controlled by Godfrey of Bouillon, came to a weaker part of the wall and broke through. Two knights from Flanders were the first to cross over into the city. We asked one, Engelbert, a few questions. So, Engelbert, I must ask you, how does it feel to be a part of a groundbreaking event such as this? Well, it's hard to quantify how glad I am that I was able to make a contribution to the Crusades in general, and to be one of the first that walks through the walls of this great city, the one we've been aiming at the whole time. It feels amazing. And what did you do once you entered the city? After we broke through the inner walls, Godfrey ordered his ranks to kill every enemy in sight, and I, along with everyone else, did just that. There were many, many, many dead, corpses lying all around me. The blood was up to here. Can you tell me what happened there? Aye, it's a funny story, actually. In all the carnage, I think one of my mates missed his mark and cut off a chunk of my leg. It's just a flesh wound, really, nothing major. Ooh, they're breaking out the mead. Now, despite the glory of this victory, the Christian death toll is immense. Thousands have died of heat prostration and in battle. Maddock, I've been meaning to ask you, was starvation also a problem during the siege? It seems like food would be scarce in the middle of the desert. It was, yes. In fact, if not for a few Genoese ships that arrived at Jaffa, a city on the Mediterranean coast, the Crusaders might not have lasted long enough to defeat the Fatimids. Thank God for Genoa. Now, I'm gonna go find that mead Engelbert was speaking of. Back to you, Ulrich. Thanks, Maddock. Now I'd like to offer a timeline of the events of the siege, so that everyone at home can get a full understanding of what really went on in Jerusalem. The Crusaders arrived on June 7th and separated between the north and south sides of the city, with Raymond of Toulouse taking the south, and Godfrey, Robert II of Normandy, and Robert II of Flanders taking the north side. The group tried to attack the city on June 13th, but were beaten back by the Fatimids. Later, with the arrival of the Genoese ships, siege towers, catapults, and battering rams were built in preparation for the final attack. On the 13th of July, Godfrey and his men attacked in the northwest and broke through the inner and outer walls in 2 days. The tower in control of Raymond was burnt by flaming arrows and hot oil thrown by the Fatimids, but Raymond himself survived. As of today, the Crusaders have full control of the city. In other news, we're still awaiting the second coming of Christ, right after this commercial.